It's difficult to get in the city. It's expensive to park. The bus transit is always intermittent, so we know people always have challenges to make it here. So there's no real set schedule other than this window from 11 to 1 p.m. DFO has just requested that we don't block the entrance. They've given us power here. They shut the power off and then they give it back to us, so there's little. The security guard for Dr. Christy Miller I know from other actions, and I have a very respectful relationship with him. So he is, I know, in his heart supportive of the work that we're doing, and there's a lot of people inside doing the work, protecting the oceans. That's the original mandate, really not to promote certain industries that have infiltrated their work. The Vancouver police are here, not to get in our way, they say. They just want to keep it safe and offer to protect the streets if you want to take it. So I'd mentioned around 1 p.m. that if the community here wants to, we'll take the street, all four corners. So that's the game plan. We're also looking for people who want to participate in direct action. This is really a good networking event. So come see me or Arthur. There are going to be other events that are going to be like that. So Audrey Siegel is here from Musqueam. It's the traditional territory of the Musqueam people, also shared with the Tsleil-Waututh and Squamish. So we're going to get Audrey here on the microphone to really set the space here, and we have representatives or people, members from the community from the other territories where these fish farms operate, and so we'd invite those community members to stand here, and all the Indigenous welcome here. We got Audrey Siegel.
Mitsep Kotquilam Atana Shutmathquiamas Tamoch Tanawel. I Gwenish Gwalo and Squincy Kutsnala. Schlem Tanak Gonisquish, Tanitsanat Humasquiam, Amachai Huik Denitzlina August Kathanasit left. Let me say thank you to everyone who made the time and probably sacrificing one thing or another to be here. For our family who have traveled, who are away from their homelands, who I'm sure are really feeling the pressure of the pro-fish farm supporters and bullies. We'll call them bullies because that's what they are. Whether they are our own family, whether they are our own nation, whether they are the colonial genocidal government. It hurts that we have to continuously stand and fight, not just for what is right, but what is sacred. The translation of what I said is welcome to the traditional unceded lands of the Musqueam people. My name is Clem Tanat. I am from Musqueam. I am the granddaughter of the late Stephen and Selena August, and it gives me feelings of great joy to be here with you. I don't just stand in solidarity with you because I'm a First Nations woman in Canada. I stand in solidarity with you because I know what it's like to have almost everything taken from you, to have to survive with almost nothing. And I'm not just talking about monetary situations. I'm talking about the fact that the government gets a few of our desperate brothers and sisters to say that it's okay to put these fish farms in, and it destroys everything for everybody who needs the water. Everybody, like they say, downstream is just as messed up afterwards. And this is the same thing that has continuously happened on our lands and in our waters for over 500 years. It's the same thing that happens to our women every day. They decide what's best and they enforce that with their bought and paid for military, RCMP, and police departments that the Saramacc and the chiefs organized to go to Sasheen and Crow's home and arrest them and two others shows exactly who is in collusion together and who is interested in the best interest of the future. We always hear about 7 generations, but it's really pathetic when a lot of our leaders, especially the electeds, pull out our culture when it serves their purpose. We're the ones living it. We're the ones fighting to be able to live it. We're the ones who are really understanding what it means and benefiting from that. And it hurts my heart It hurts my heart that we are pitted against each other, but I don't really let that sink into my mind too much, because I know that whoever it is that will put themselves in opposition to us, because that is what they're doing. We stand in opposition to no one. We stand in protection of. We stand in support of. We stand because we love. We love the salmon. We love the water. We love the trees. We love balance and equality. We love peace. We love justice. And these are all the things that are sorely lacking, that I say I won't live another day without. So my hands are up. My hands are raised to all the warriors here and all the warriors on those direct front lines. The ones who are legitimately putting their lives in jeopardy and being attacked on every front. We have the dubious task of continuing to represent for what is sacred, for what is right, and for what is meant to be. And we don't just do it for us, we do it for everybody, even though, as you can see, they walk by clueless, asleep, sheeple. So we offer information, we offer truth, we offer an insight into what is really happening. But for a lot of people, they can't afford to wake up, or they feel they're going to lose everything that they have sacrificed for. And I have genuine compassion for that reality that they've created. But we're also here to say that there are so many other possible realities that we can create and that we are creating every day. We have a phrase, nuts the mutts. We are one. When that actually really does start to happen on every level, salmon farms won't even be an option. It's not just Cermak has to go, all fish farms have to go. So we're starting with Cermak because they seem to be pretty freaking aggressive. And they have the backing of a lot of people who feel that they have power, but it's fictitious authority. What we have are the ancestors. What we have are over 10, 16,000 years of history and rights and connection to the land. Nobody can compete with that. We are powerful beyond anything we could conceive, but because colonization and the ongoing genocide have done an amazing job of breaking a lot of us, it's hard for us to see that and understand that sometimes, but I see it in you, and I see it in you, and I see it in you, and I see it in everyone here, and you remind me that Stamikson, I am a warrior. You remind me that you are warriors, and that it is our job to stand up and speak the truth. It is our job to protect the land and the waters, because we see what's happening in, there was just snow in Alberta, was it? We see the flooding, and we see the desertification of areas that were once lush areas, and these are all connected to what's happening around the world with the climate. So now the waters are becoming toxic, and there are horrendously infected and diseased salmon. And this is not acceptable, and it is our job to protect it. It is our job to say no. It is our job to be unstoppable. And on the days that we have to take care of ourselves, we need other people to step up. We need warriors on every front. We need as many people as possible to keep coming out, to keep stepping up, to keep getting in touch with themselves, waking up, connecting with their ancestors, and following the ways of those ancestors, because that's what's going to lead us back to the days of thriving on this land again, of no longer having to fight for just the simple beauty and peace that should have never been destroyed. But here we are. There are days that it enrages me. There are days that I just feel my broken heart is just gonna crumble. And there are days like today that I don't just feel hope. I feel certain that not just because we're doing the right thing, but because we have the ancestors working with us, that we're not just gonna oust Cermak. We will regain full control and access to everything that is still ours. These are unceded lands, because the matriarchs are rising, because the life givers are leading the way, and because we have amazing children that are raised in these new ways that won't know so much of the pain and agony that we felt in the struggle of waking up. They're born awake and they get to live awake. So I say Haitsepka to each of you, and I thank you for being here, and I ask you to take care of yourselves while you do this work, because we need you to stay strong for a long time, and we need you to be healthy, and we need you to be balanced and intact. So I will finish with a song. I'm not sure which song yet, but I implore you, keep living with your heart. Keep trying to find compassion even for the ones who don't see. It's hard. And we need our songs, we need our culture, we need our language, we need our traditional food. Look what happened to the bison. It had to be brought back. So many people tell me about their moose. They hunt, they gather, as we have for over 10,000 years, and then they open up their moose and it's full of tumors and pus. Now we look at Mount Polly. Nothing's been done in 2 years. All the salmon that go through there, that coming down here, are they toxic? So we need to really look at the big picture as well. Food security is probably the single biggest issue that nobody's looking at. So I don't send a message to Trudeau because it's a waste of time. He's just he's a figurehead. Who really runs this are the big industries. Who really runs this are the ones with the money. And I'm sad that so many people are fooled by Trudeau, but I'm not going to focus on him.
They have names and addresses.
Yes. The ones who are responsible for destroying this land, like the heads of Cermak and the other companies, they have company offices. Because these are unceded lands, it is my job to be here to ensure that the work that happens here is good work. The protocol questions: who are you? Where do you come from? If you were allowed to stay, how will this land and people benefit from your time here? Those companies can't answer those questions in any dignified way, but we can. So it's our job to hold their feet to the fire and to remind them whose land it is, and to remind them that we will have the final say here. So I will finish with a song, and I thank you all again for being here.